Hello everybody, B. Squirklehausen here, Jay from Upside Up Productions, and today I'm doing a video that I really don't like doing. It's a Tablescraps video, which means all of these projects are officially completely dead. Anyway, I'm going to kick off with something I made more than a year ago, actually, and it's an interesting one. So the story, basically, the interesting part behind this, is that Michael came out, Gearhead the Man, to California, and we met up. And we came up with all these crazy plans and everything that we do in all one day, including make a whole huge animation with both of us, and it'll be in Blockburg and everything. It was going to be great. And then we remembered that you can't really make an animation in one day. We tried, but just didn't really work out. So that's this. Next up, we have something different. So now this was going to be a big movie that I was going to make. It was about a team. These guys are all a big crack team of burglars, basically, and they were going to have a big heist and get caught and then have to break the leader out. And I was really excited about this one for a long time. It used some concepts I'd been thinking about for, well, a long time, and I even made like a Facebook page and all my friends are going to be in it, but I never really got traction. I built this cool set. It was like their base in the inside of an airplane hangar, but that's all I really got to. So now right here starts an age, I guess, really. It was a long time where I just got that big parking garage and I felt like I really had to use it somehow. So I kept trying to animate with it, and really, I kept trying to do the same idea, and something would come falling off the top and it'd be like a race or whatever. So this guy decides to wait for the train, and then he decides not to. He turns around and goes back. He comes up the elevator, then backs off to get a big run, and then jumps off. I actually think this is one of the best pictures I've ever taken for an animation. It was going to be really cool. I had all big plans for it, and big plans for all these shootouts on the parking garage and all sorts of stuff. But, as with all Tablescraps, it all fell through. And then I got the modulars, and those kind of blew everything out of the water. At first I really didn't quite know how to animate with them. You can see here it's just kind of the same sort of stuff that I'd do previously, including, actually, the parking garage you can see the guy turning into right there. But I mean, I still didn't really know what to animate, and once again, these animations without plans fell through. So this short sequence of clips, you can kind of see some stuff moving around on the Grand Emporium, was supposed to be that building blowing up. I thought I was just going to do like a practice thing just to see how I'd blow up a much larger building. I'd photoshopped like a sky into the background and everything, and it was looking okay, but I just couldn't quite figure it out, and there were things that I didn't animate, and I didn't want to have to go down and start all over again, so this was another one for the garbage bin, I guess. And now you can see through these short video clips, actually, we are back to the parking garage. Now this was in combination with the modulars and things, and I really liked the way the parking garage looked. Next to all of those, it looked like a much more modern building and whatnot. It was one of the few city sets that I think can actually fit in pretty well. You can see my huge hands trying to work out these cars and everything, just to try to figure out what was going on. I mean, just trying to make stuff happen and make a video. Again, I was going into all this really poorly, without any plans and no ideas. This is really when the beginning of my actual writer's block or animator's block that I'm still going through kind of settled in. I really like that figure's face on him. It's from the like the SWAT team pack, which is stupidly expensive. That's another story. But it's really cool. He's got like aviators and whatnot. But anyway, this guy was gonna not really smash his car up like that. He was going to come up very smoothly, which I can still not quite do with that parking garage. This guy was gonna be ready and waiting to shoot him up. He was going to do all sorts of driving. They were going to knock cars off the building, be a big shootout, whatever, street race. And nothing happened with it. This one was one of the ones I feel really bad to have missed, because I worked very hard getting like this blue background and whatever, animating that very carefully to push the like the Volkswagen bus or whatever it is right off the edge, and like bending out the girder and whatnot. You can see my hand there. Planning on editing that all out. It was gonna look great. I'd taken like clean background plates and everything, but I mean, I just couldn't really figure out a place to go after this. So I even went and if you remember my old damage test videos that I had, where I kind of loosened all the bricks. I loosened all the bricks in this truck and it still wouldn't break. I ended up figuring out the reason is the car was bouncing off that monorail track in the background, and it wouldn't hit with a lot of force. But you can see this one looked better, and I think, yeah, it broke the car rather than breaking the truck. I think I ended up having to fake it. So I'm just gonna kind of fast forward through some of these attempts here, and I'll be back with the next video that I never ended up making. So now this one's the one I feel kind of the worst about abandoning. It was almost done. As you can see, I kind of very cheatily made the town hall into a bank. I think it makes a really, really good bank, so expect more of that in the future. But I had this bad guy way up at the top. It was going to be like grappling hook based, and it was really cool. This was actually done in a short like challenge with Michael about who could make the best video with 2 forms of transit. My 2 were that zip line and a truck, which you'll see later. I actually did all the effects for this. I just can't really find the edited files. But you had the zip line shooting across and like hitting in there, and then you had him sliding down and everything. I don't think I can find it, but there's actually a whole lot more. There's a whole police chase and everything, and you'll see that right now. So from this you can see the chase is kind of boring. The 2 cars come out, one of them gets shot immediately and crashes. And then more kind of silly, not making much sense grappling hook stuff. Basically, my idea here is he would shoot the tripwire or whatever across, and then the car would flip. And that car flip ended up being what really killed this animation, just because it looked so spectacularly awful that I ended up just saying, you know what, no, I'm not going to refilm that. It's just a lost cause, and it'll end up in a Tablescraps video someday. So, that was this little bank robbery police chase thing. Alright, next one. So now we're into much more recent ones. This is over the summer. I realized I was out of practice and was having a hard time telling a story. So I figured out the best thing to do would be to not tell a story for some reason. You can see my new construction site, custom modular building space filler in the background there. It's just a little animation, once again. Now I just decided just trucks driving, that's all I would do. And that one actually turned out okay, but then again, had no story, I got bored and stopped. And now for my most recent table scrap, and one that's really kind of a shame that is dead. Now this one actually had pretty good animating. It's a little slow, a little wonky, but I thought it was okay. It was about the railroad and the monorail line, whatever, they're collaborating, and they just built this brand new, super nice interchange station right there. You can see it. I made a little modifications to the 8404. I had the train pull in. I had the monorail going back and forth. I was going to reverse that shot actually to show the trains or whatever coming in. And I was actually looking forward to finishing up this animation. I thought it was going to be good. I might have promised my seat at NYU to Michael if I didn't finish it up. I don't seem to remember that incident at all, so I don't think it happened. But that was going to be Michael's little cameo. He was going to be Boris Aldale from the news, and I had the train coming along, and basically, as you could probably tell, what was going to happen is that the 2 would crash into each other. I had to modify the monorail train a little bit to make it easier to animate and roll along the track properly. So that was it animated. And then of course the train's coming. And you can see I actually switched the engines because it's a different train. I didn't want it to look the same. But it was this big double stack car. It was supposed to be full of materials for new building construction, which is why I can see a huge construction site back there and everything. I don't really know what else to say about this other than it didn't really have much of a plot. Just kind of something happened. People were affected. Boom, that's a hit. And this was going to be just like a news helicopter footage. Just like the fire department's arrived. They've got buses trying to bring people around. Doors are open, but people have been told to sit down and stay still. We had like the lighting repair truck coming in to help, and you could see I even threw like debris and everything down to look like it actually been hit. I honestly, it's a shame that this one didn't get finished up, but it just didn't really have enough closure. I even went back and I thought, you know what, remember Gearhead the Man's really old Derailed video? But then I looked at even that one had a bit of plot, and I just, like, this one totally didn't, and it's kind of a shame it didn't get finished. See some of my lighting stuff in the background. It's just, oh well. But anyway, I'm still stuck in my phase of writer's block, animator's block, can't figure out what to do. I'm going back to old scripts though, which is always good, ones that I never used, because I have a whole pile of Tablescrap scripts, wow, that I haven't used, and so maybe now's their chance. But anyway, that's about it. This has been B. Squeichelhausen, Jay from Upside Up Productions. Thanks for sticking with me for 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes now, of me just talking to myself. And I will see you next time, hopefully with a real animation. Bye.